Hey guys, welcome back to Boldly Thriving with your host, me. Before we start this episode, I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the love you've been showing me on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Make sure to follow Boldly Thriving on Instagram, Boldly Thriving Podcast on YouTube, and Boldly Thriving on TikTok. Thank you guys for so much and the support that you've been leaving me. People are commenting always on YouTube, and I just really love to hear that I'm helping someone and that this episode has made them feel good and that they can relate to me. That is the biggest thing, and that's the biggest goal for this podcast, is for me to share my experience and also grow with you guys and learn from my experiences. And if you can relate, and for you to know that you are not alone, life is really hard, and when you have a village of people that can understand you and can relate to you in these situations, then this is the whole point. So thank you guys for that. I will continue to always share my raw, honest opinions and my stories. And yeah, let's get right into it. This is an episode I've been wanting to talk about for a really long time. By the way, I am not in my car. I am in my home. My mother is out of town, so I said, let me just soak it all in and get this quiet, and it just feels good to be in here. And just like, I can speak as loud as I want. And it's raining outside, so I was like, that's like too annoying to be taking the mic, the headphones, the laptop all in the car. This episode is called Don't Beg, Don't Chase, Let Them Go. Let them walk away. Like, you do not need them. You think that you do, but you do not. And before we start this episode, I wrote a little intro, and I really just wanted to get into it. So if anyone's feeling like this, or is in a situation where they feel like they're just begging, they're chasing their person, and they feel like they're getting nothing in return, this little intro is for you. Let's talk about that moment, the one where you feel them slipping away, and your first instinct is to grab tighter, to beg, to plead, to do anything to make them stay. We've all been there, and our fear to end up getting there. But why do we feel that way? It often comes from a deep place inside, one built on fear. Fear of rejection, fear of being alone, fearing that we're not enough. Sometimes it's not even about the person. It's about the pain of the abandonment we felt before, being triggered all over again. And so we beg, not always with words, but with actions, with over-texting, over-explaining, over-giving, hoping it'll convince them to choose us. But here's the truth. The need to beg isn't about love. It's about fear, and fear-based actions never lead to real connection. They lead to emotional exhaustion, resentment, and loss of self. So that I wrote, and that really stuck out to me because I feel like I was going through something like this recently. I was dating a guy for a few months, and I actually known him from middle school, and I really thought, obviously looking back, I always say I think this is going to be one, because I'm the type of person, I love to romanticize my life. I honestly think every guy that I talk to could possibly be the one. And I'm just a lover, and I give people the benefit of the doubt, and that's just me. And also, I like a challenge. So if someone comes to me and is like, I'm not ready for a relationship, I'm scared of commitment and all this shit, I'm always like, no, I can be the one for them. They're going to change their mind. And ladies, let me tell you, that is not going to happen. When someone tells you they're not ready for commitment, run for the hills and believe them. When someone tells you something, please believe them, because you cannot change anyone. They have to change themselves. You are not someone's mother. You're not someone's father. You are not their therapist. You're not their life coach. You're not anything. They need to work on themselves. So, like I said, my experience, I was dating this guy, and looking back, we've actually ended, and he's the one that ended it with me. No, seriously, I should have been the one that left him a long time ago, but he ended it with me, and I think that's why I've been so triggered by this whole situation and not really ready to talk about it, is because I felt so ashamed, I felt so embarrassed that in my head, I actually thought, looking back, like, okay, like I would tell my friends, I still tell my friends to this day, because I'm finally starting to heal and look in a better direction and move forward from this, but I remember telling my friends last week, one of my girlfriends, like, why do I feel like he won? Like, why do I feel like I lost? And she broke it down for me. She was like, he is the one that lost. And like, you're the one that's okay. I know it doesn't feel like that because you feel like shit and you feel heartbroken and you feel depressed and you feel just like betrayed and ashamed. But in the end, you're the one that's okay. He is not okay. And although he feels okay right now and he feels like he's on top of the world and he's the man and the ego is high, let me tell you, in the future, when he's looking back 3 years from now, he's like, wow, what the fuck was I doing? Why did I act like this? And you're going to be with a good person, married, having kids, or whatever that looks like to you, and whatever happiness looks like to you. For me, I know I want to be a mom. Like, I think that's my purpose. I want to be married. I want to be a mom. I want to have a family. I think that's definitely my purpose in life now. And I know that will make me happy. But whatever happiness looks like to you, if you are going through something like this right now and you're constantly chasing, begging for this person to love you, to do things for you, that is not love, and that's not happiness. And I really had to understand it. There's so many experiences that I went through with this guy, but one of them was just like basic need to like hang out with me. I remember begging him to like talk to me, begging him to respond. And it would be like we're talking about something and I would express to him, this is the way I feel. And I honestly should have known, because in the beginning he told me that he didn't want a relationship, but I was like, okay, I like a challenge, so maybe I'll be the one. And like I said, I've also known for a long time, so I thought, maybe we can like build on this friendship and it can become something. But the saddest part is that I think he knew that, and he would feed off of that for me. Like, he knew that I was into him, so into him, and he wanted all those wifey things, but never actually wanted to commit to me being his like girl and his wifey. And I think he knew that, and I would sit there and he would like lead me on, and I would think that, okay, maybe if I do this, maybe if I do that, maybe this time when we hang out, he'll see that like I'm the one. I was over exhausting myself, and not just like by actions, just anything. Like, I was constantly putting in effort, and I'm telling you, it was so exhausting. He didn't see any of that. The only thing he saw is that, okay, this girl's going to continue to do this even if I don't, wife her up. So let me just keep her on the side. And looking back, it honestly, I felt so ashamed. I felt so embarrassed, because it was such a red flag. But when you're like in the moment of it, it doesn't feel that way. It really feels like, okay, like, this person, you just give people the benefit of the doubt. So you make up all these excuses in your head about it. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was literally begging for the bare minimum. I remember one time we went out together and he asked me to come over, and I thought maybe he was going to be apologizing to me because we were always on and off, and he was like, I want to see you. I want to talk to you. And I was like, okay. So I remember coming over, and I was expressing to him like, this is how you made me feel. You kind of like ghosted me. You did this. Like, you on your trip, you barely talked to me. You were like ignoring me. And I felt at the moment heard, understood, and I felt like he was comprehending what I was saying, and he apologized. I kid you not, after that night, the next day he went back to right how he was acting. And whose fault is that? That's my fault, because I should have known that he was going to do this, because this is not the first time he's done this. But I thought maybe this time would have been different, because he never apologized to me before like that. And I like calling me over. I thought maybe time away or, space needed was for him to realize, okay, I like this girl a lot. I'm not going to fuck it up. And that's not what it was at all. And let me tell you, I took him back again and again after that, until recently we went through a situation, and I think we were both just so fed up, but he was the one that initially ended it with me. And I remember telling my friend recently that I felt so embarrassed, so ashamed, because sometimes when we're begging for someone's love, we're chasing them, we're constantly putting in this effort and not receiving anything in return. We feel so drained to the point that when they walk away, which is something that is actually good for us, we feel like it's the worst thing. And that's how I felt. I was so codependent on him that when he left, I felt like so ashamed, so embarrassed. I felt like I was losing, like I felt like he literally like died, like I was losing someone. And I remember telling my friend first that I was like, why do I feel like he won? Why do I feel like I lost? Like, why does it feel like it's a game? And she was like, I know you're not okay right now, but I'm telling you, you are okay. He is the one not okay. And although he is the person that's looking like he's feeling like he's the man, his ego is high, 3 years down the line, he is going to be looking back at the situation and be like, I totally fucked up. And you're going to be totally healed, moving on with someone else in a healthy, stable, loving relationship. And this is the whole point of this episode. This isn't going to be a long episode today, but I really needed to get my point across to people. If you are constantly begging for someone's affection, and you're constantly begging for them to just hang out with you, talk to you, understand you, and if you have to constantly explain to them why what they did hurt you, or their words hurt you, or whatever they said or did, why it made you feel this way, that is not your person. You should never have to over explain yourself to someone. Like, a lot of people are very much aware of what they do. If you have to constantly express why they hurt you and they have to keep apologizing, they are very aware. And if they continue to do the same thing, they are very aware of what they're doing. And I had to realize that. I had to understand that although I'm so into this person, although this person makes me feel so good, it was like this constant high, and then the next day it was like this constant low. It was honestly a roller coaster of emotions. And I'm telling you, when he left me like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I was totally like numb. I felt totally numb. I didn't know who I was. I mean, I was definitely working on myself. Every breakup I've handled a little bit better when it comes to a guy. So I wouldn't say that I was like super depressed or super down, but I definitely was heartbroken. I was hurt. I didn't understand it. I really thought like he cared for me. I really thought, he like loved me, because every time, little by little, he would say like better things. Like, before he was like, I don't feel the way you feel towards me, and then the next time he was like, I have love for you, and then the next time he was like, just take my love. Like, he just was constantly putting me on this high, and then the next day would just take it away. It was literally like a drug, and I was on this constant roller coaster of emotions. Like, I was constantly every day thinking like, okay, I don't want to fuck this up. If I do this, he's going to change his mind. It was just all the time he was changing his mind on me. Like, every single time he was changing his mind. Like, one night we went out, we were having such a good time. It was so good. And I remember like I slept over at his house, and the next morning he was just like, I don't know if I can do this. And it was just like, what? That is literally insane. Someone that cares for you, loves you, wants the best for you, and actually cares about your heart, like really cares about your heart, and thinks about, okay, am I going to hurt her if I do this? Am I going to hurt her if I say this? Would not do these things to you, would not put you on this roller coaster. And like I said, when he finally walked away from me, again, I was feeling super hurt. I was feeling super down. I felt super distraught, like numb. And it was so hard for me to understand, because he was the one that treated me bad. Like, I treated him really, really well. So I didn't understand it. And then my friends really had to break it down for me. They had to understand that this is a type of like narcissist person. Like, this is what they do. They get you to this point, they make you feel this way, and then they totally just strip themselves away. And it was really hard for me. Like, I'm finally now healing and moving on. But I remember constantly, like, the days after, he was totally consumed in my mind. I felt like I didn't want to do anything. I was constantly like stalking his Instagram, like trying to reach out. Like, I remember I'm still blocked at this point, but I was like trying to totally like get him to talk to me. Like, it was so consuming in my mind. And I had to understand that like, this is not normal. This is not love. Like, this is not someone that deeply cares for you. Someone wouldn't do this to you, that truly loves you and wants the best for you and wants to see you succeed. This isn't it. And I really had to go within and really understand, why am I attracting this type of person? Why do I want this type of person when I know this person is not good for me? It's like a devil and angel on your shoulder. Seriously. Like, the angel is like, you should walk away from this person, leave them alone. The devil's like, oh, you can give them one more chance. Like, why not? And I really had to go within, and I think it was just like my fear of abandonment. When it comes to love, like, I always don't want to give up on someone, but you have to understand, when someone shows you who they are, you really have to believe them. Like, you have to understand that it shouldn't be this hard. When someone values you, when someone respects you, when someone shows you effort consistently, it shouldn't be hard. It should be easy. It should be like a no-brainer. Like, I really am a firm believer on, like, when people say, like, when you know, you know. Like, when it's the one, you know, because it's that easy. It's that simple. But I feel like a lot of us are so prone, when we get into these relationships or situationships, when they're like this, we have to rewire our brains so that when someone comes along that actually is treating us right and is actually good, we have to like differentiate from what we had and what we want. And I feel like I'm literally in the middle of that right now. And I'm going through that right now, and I'm healing it. And I really had to sit down with my therapist and with my friends, and I really had to have them lay that out, and for me to understand that, like, that wasn't love. Like, this person is not good, and we really want to believe this person's a good person and they just have these like bad habits or bad traits, but no, this person is not good. When someone's not like compassionate towards you, or just not good to the core, there's nothing that you do that can change them. There's no amount of sex you can give. There's no amount of things you can give, like as in like material things. There's no amount of love you can give, words, actions. You can literally take them on a trip, literally cook for them every day, do everything. Nothing will change their mind, because they just are not that type of person. And again, I really had to understand that. I really had to understand that I don't need to beg for someone's love. Like, I don't need to chase someone down. It should be consistent effort between the both of you. Like, you guys should be both consistently putting in that effort, like chasing and, both courting each other. Like, it should never be the one's doing more than the other. And it should never be at a desperation either. Like, that's when things don't work. And I had to understand that's why it probably didn't work for us. I was constantly begging for him to do the bare minimum. And I think he was so like turned off by that. But he also was just like, okay, I have this girl here that will do anything for me. Why wouldn't I keep her around? And I don't blame him, honestly, for doing that, because it made me really look in the mirror and reflect on myself. And I was super ashamed after. I was super embarrassed, because like, not only did I not have the self-love for myself or the self-respect, like, he knows I didn't have that. So it's like, if you don't love yourself, respect yourself, how is he going to do that? How is someone going to do that when you're not even showing yourself that? And the whole point of this is that if you're going through something like this and you are constantly, putting in effort with someone and they're just not showing you it back, and you're constantly drained, you're constantly exhausted, you're constantly sad of just trying with this person, and you just know that it's just not going anywhere, the results are not happening or not changing, then you need to walk away. And I know it's always hard for us to do it. So when they finally do it, like, you're super sad and you're like, oh my God. But honestly, him walking away from me and leaving me was probably the best thing that he's ever done for me. Because I'm telling you, after he left, I was super heartbroken. I was super sad, but real estate started like popping off for me. Like, I closed 3 deals this month, and I was so focused on my gym. I joined a new gym. Like, I totally elevated my lifestyle. And although, yes, there's times that he does still consume me. There's times I still have weak moments and I want to reach out. And I have tried to reach out. Obviously, I haven't got a response. But you have to understand that that's okay. We're human, There's going to be some days that are good and there's going to be some days that are bad. As long as you can understand that I had a bad day, tomorrow start over, then that's what life is all about. And I really turned that pain into purpose. Like, I focused on myself. Like, turn that, whatever you're feeling in, within that heartbroken, turn it into purpose. I was going to the gym. I just joined a boxing class. I'm literally killing it in it. And it really is so helpful. All the frustration, like pent up frustration I have, I take it out in my boxing class. I'm saying affirmations while boxing. I say affirmations in the morning. I'm focusing on the little stuff that make me happy. And when he does consume my mind, I call my friends. Like, those texts that I want to send them to your friends, Don't send them to him. If you have a weak moment, don't be so hard on yourself. It happens. Just pick yourself back up and start over and re-heal. Every day is a chance to start over. Don't be so down. And although, this person might be feeling, on his high horse, feeling good, and, his ego's way up, he is not winning. You won. You dodged a bullet. And, God was saying, like, you weren't strong enough to do it, so I'm going to do it for you. And that is okay. But if you're in a situation that this person has not done it and you're not strong enough to do it, understand that when it's the right timing for you to do something, you'll do it. But if you're in the situation right now and you're feeling, and this video can make you just have that clock in your head like tick and be like, okay, maybe I need to think about this, then this is the whole point of the video, because you deserve the love you give. You deserve a healthy, safe, stable love. You don't deserve love that makes you question yourself every day, every minute. You don't deserve love that makes you like change the way you act because you don't know if that person's going to leave you. You don't know what you're going to get with the person next day. Like, you don't deserve to go through that, or you don't deserve to be with someone like that. You need to feel safe. You need to feel comfortable. You need to Be with someone that when you wake up, you know what you're going to get. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel safe. And you're going to know that you're going to be loved, the right way. And it's not going to be like this roller coaster of emotions. You're going to be happy. Like, I look back now, and during the time I was with him, yes, there was such great moments with him, but I was honestly sad most of the time because I knew what I wanted, and what I wanted was a healthy relationship. What I wanted was to be with him, and I know that he didn't want that, and I think I stuck around thinking that I was going to change his mind, and no, sweet, I did not change his mind. But now I'm totally elevated. Like, I'm super happy. I went out the other night, and my friend told me, she was like, you look amazing, like you're glowing, your skin is glowing. And I was like, yeah, because I left that trash in the back. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't miss this person, that I don't ever think like what could have been, like, but you have to be strong. You have to keep moving forward because this person wasn't giving you what you wanted. So why go back to that? And it's so crazy. The times that we're like healing and moving forward is when the person always comes back. But you have to be strong. You have to understand. You have to look back and ask yourself, how was I during that time in my life with that situationship, with that relationship? How was I? And if most of the times you were just like bad and the bad outweighs the good, then you know that that's not your person. Because again, it should not be that hard. You shouldn't have to beg. You shouldn't have to chase. Because when you are living in your purpose and you're focusing on yourself, everything comes easily, naturally. It's like the best thing ever. I'm telling you. Like, after this, I was at the gym, and I remember I went to the gym one day, and I was at a boxing class, and like 2 guys came up to me and were asking me like, oh, is it the first time you go to the gym? Like, I like attracted it. They can feel the energy. When you like shift that and you get rid of this person, your energy automatically shifts. You don't need to chase anyone. When you're in your energy and you're in your feminine and you're in your purpose and you're radiating off that, and you're in your divine and you're feeling good and you're looking good, you radiate off that. Like, you give that. People notice that, especially guys. Like, you don't have to do much. And I know that when I was with this person, I wasn't radiating off of that. I was super secluded. I was isolated. I felt sad. I wasn't, like, anytime a guy would try to talk to me, I was like, no. Because I was, like, wondering if me and this guy were going to work out. I'm telling you, when you get rid of this person or they walk away or you walk away from them, your energy automatically shifts. And like I said, you should never, ever, ever have to beg anyone for their love. Like, when someone truly values you, respects you, loves you, and sees you for who you are, they will love you for who you are. And you won't have to do much. You will literally just be you. And that's the whole point, to find someone that makes you be you and feel good about yourself. And yeah, looking back, like, this guy would always tell me I'm beautiful, but he never made me feel good. I was always questioning myself. I was always questioning if I'm pretty enough, smart enough. I was always questioning if when I was friends, was going to meet someone. And looking back, I'm like, this guy was not even that fucking cute. I was like, it. I am it. And that's what you have to tell yourself. You have to understand that. But when you're in a situation like this, you don't feel it because these guys are sucking the energy out of us. So you have to remove yourself. You have to let them go. You have to not chase. You have to not beg. You have to let them come to you. You have to attract. And you also have to look within. You have to heal those traumas within, because I have to understand that because I wasn't healed properly within and I had to work on myself, that I was attracting these men. Because when you're not in like your feminine and you're not in like the energy they're supposed to be in, like this radiant energy, you like attract like these fucking assholes. I'm telling you, like, they can sniff that shit off you. So we have to be in like our whole divine. Like, we need to be in our feminine divine energy, focusing on each other and focusing on ourselves and just focusing on what's happening in our life and things that make us feel good. And that's when the right people come along. And now, going through this situationship, I know I am not giving people chances. People don't have 3 strikes. Like, you have 1, okay? Like, I'm definitely going to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm sorry. If you, like, have a red flag and I know that's just not what I want, I know that's not what I'm going to tolerate, you're cut off. And it's when you start doing that, it's easier to differentiate who you want, what you want, and it's just going to make it easier when it comes to dating. So focus on that. Focus on that energy. Focus on you. You don't need to chase anyone. What's for you will come. Anything that you chase is not for you, okay? Everything that's for you, you attract, and it comes easily, naturally, and it's consistent, and it's good, and it makes you happy, and it makes you feel good. So please remember that after watching this episode. And I hope this episode serves you guys well. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really felt passionate about it. And I want you to know that everything you're looking for, everything you need is within. You don't need anyone. But if you do want someone and you want that significant other, that partner, okay, you can have that. Anything you want, you can have. Just remember that you come first. You don't need to do anything. Just be you. Okay? And that concludes this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please comment, like, subscribe, and thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. Bye, guys. See you next week.